John Cena versus Roman Reigns reportedly not planned for WWE Crown Jewel. I'll explain everything. Never miss this video. Hello viewers, I am Jufian. Welcome to our new video. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say, like this video, and please subscribe to the channel. John Cena may still be back with WWE for a bit longer following the Hollywood writers' strike coming to a close. But he won't be facing the tribal chief, Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Despite Paul Heyman addressing Cena as the second greatest of all time, next to Reigns in recent promos, Dolan reported that the plans for Cena at the Crown Jewel event are not for the megastar to take on Reigns. Cena has been reported to be part of Crown Jewel this year, despite pulling out of WWE's event of the same name in the Kingdom in 2018, which will take place on November 4 in Riyadh. Cena is seen in a video posted on social media by Riyadh Season, advertising him for multiple events being held in the city. Back in 2018, Cena was reportedly advised going to Saudi Arabia to perform would be looked at negatively in Hollywood. He was likely planned for the World Cup tournament and would have competed against Rey Mysterio, following WWE Fastlane when he teams with LA Knight against the Bloodline. Cena's next appearance with the company will be on Tuesday's episode of WWE NXT, as the show goes head-to-head against AEW Dynamite. It was announced on Tuesday that Cena will be in the corner of Carmelo Hayes as the star takes on Braun Breaker, who will receive the advice of Heyman during the match. Many things come together to make professional wrestling fun to watch. Depending on who you ask, larger-than-life characters, spectacular events, endlessly quotable promos, and more all play a pivotal role in getting fans to tune in week after week. Although, when taking a look at what really drives most wrestling fans to check out the likes of WWE, AEW, Impact, and more, one would be remiss not to give the storylines and the in-ring matchups they spawn a seat at the table. For decades, rivalries have endured as the lifeblood of pro wrestling, regardless of the promotion in question. They serve as the connective tissue between separate matches and enhance the experience for those watching, adding a specific atmosphere to a contest. Some are about championship gold or professional pride, while others are over things as mundane as shampoo commercials. Some deserve to be remembered and revered, and others are better off fading into obscurity. However, a select few across wrestling history have put wrestlers together who managed to create genuine magic inside the ring. These are some of the most legendary wrestling feuds to ever unfold. When looking back at the rich history of the National Wrestling Alliance and World Championship Wrestling, one will find that each hosted countless classic rivalries, especially in the late 1980s and early 1990s. But few have withstood the test of time quite like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Nature Boy Ric Flair, whose rivalry truly began in February of 1989 at the end of a Chi-Town Rumble event. The two would put on an absolute clinic that saw Steamboat walk away as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion and kickstart a program that would dazzle audiences for the next few months. With Steamboat depicted as a down-to-earth family man who finally won the big one in Flair as a stylin, profilin, son of a gun who wants his title back, the story practically wrote itself. Their big rematch would come at NWA Clash of the Champions No. 6, Reg Cajun, in March of '89, a bout that earned the Wrestling Observer's Match of the Year award that year, where Steamboat would come out the victor. Flair would win the NWA title back in the final installment of their trilogy at NWA Wrestle War 1989, Music City Showdown. Pro Wrestling Illustrated labeled this bout its 1989 Match of the Year. This particular feud between Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair would part ways after Wrestle War, but their story didn't end there. The two would engage in a string of thrilling matches under the WCW banner in 1994, and they nearly squared off again in 2022 for Flair's retirement match. Sadly for old-school wrestling fans, Steamboat chose to turn the offer down via the Wrestling Observer. Corrupt authority figures have been a part of wrestling for decades, abusing their power and going out of their way to frustrate on-screen talent and fans. Therefore, when someone steps up to challenge their tyranny, you can count on some entertaining television. One of the most well-executed examples came about in the 2010s, featuring underdog and fan favorite Daniel Bryan boldly stepping up to WWE's corporate overlords and their allies, known collectively as the Authority. This almost year-long story earned Pro Wrestling Illustrated's 2013 Feud of the Year award. And for good reason. It all began at SummerSlam 2013 when Triple H cost Bryan the WWE Championship. In the months that followed, Bryan would continue to clash with the game as well as his allies, Randy Orton and The Shield. However, with WrestleMania XXX on the horizon, the Authority began to shift its focus away from Bryan, who, as Bryan told Newsday, wasn't booked anywhere near the unified WWE World Heavyweight Championship or the main event. Nevertheless, his legions of devoted fans couldn't be ignored, leading him to wrestle and win 2 matches at the landmark event, the first against Triple H and the second against Orton and Batista. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.